superstar with me. Epixode, welcome to the studio.
Blessings.
Officer, you were out of town for some weeks or months.
Yeah.
Where did you go to, and what was the business there?
First and foremost, good morning. Yeah, I was in Uganda. Yeah, I did a little stop in Rwanda.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically I was in Uganda to do media tour, and I got booked for some shows, so I had to deliver a book.
So how many weeks were you in Uganda?
Probably like I think 3 weeks to a month.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so the agenda was to do a media tour
for the album.
For the album. What was the business like? For instance, I know you have been in Ghana. Your base is here in Ghana. What really sent you there? Were you in high demand there? What was that business collection in Uganda?
Artist, one of my main focus, or one of my goals, is to spread the word, like the Epixode word, across Africa. So if you've really followed my journey for like 2 or 3 years now, you've noticed that I love to go around the African countries to push the agenda, because trust me, and if you doubt it, you would really be wrong, because dancehall is one of the biggest when it comes to African music right now. And because I'm a dancehall artist and a reggae one as well, I decided to yell. If my people really don't want to listen to me well, then I'll really spread it across. That's it.
Why, have you confirmed that your people don't want to listen to you well?
What I'm saying is, you know, sometimes as an artist, when you say, like me, from here, even when I check on my iTunes, I check people who log into or to my SoundCloud to listen to my songs. The majority are like people outside. Exactly. You get me? So after dropping Trinity, Uganda was one of the places that I've always wanted to go. And then I got a link from there. Actually was booked by one of the artists. He's one of the biggest female artists. I think so far the biggest female artist when it comes to dancehall in Uganda. Her name is Cindy. So Cindy was like, "Yo, bro, we have a collaboration. So would you want to come down?" It's like, "Yeah, myself. I want to do some media tour." So I got my team to book my flights and everything. Got everything settled, and then got like 2 or 3 shows to play alongside the media tour.
How is the music industry in Uganda like?
It's crazy. Ugandans party Monday to Monday. Trust me. You go to my club on a Monday, and then you still find over 600 people jamming. Again, trust me. And dance out there is like the biggest, and they appreciate the fact that their dancehall artists don't even do Jamaican kind of music. They do the local content. That's Uganda. You get me? So it's so much. When I was there, even though I couldn't really understand most of their vibe, you find me jamming to their song and all of that. And it's crazy that we here, they see us to be like super big, because now we have a language that cuts across. We are able to do the Jamaican kind of vibe. We have the pidgin, which people would understand because it sounds English. But them, they do local, like 80% or 90% local, and they support their own. So to me, what I've learned across these countries that I've gone is, I think as Ghanaians or as musicians from this side, just like some of us do, if we're able to put our local content in there, it would help us, and it will give us some kind of identity across the world. Because going there, even though I sounded more like a Jamaican to them, when they hear Koto, they go like, "Ah, what are you saying?" Then I have to explain it to them. You get what I mean? So the industry is not big as it is in West Africa, but then I think the opportunities there is quite huge. And now they've got good systems in place. Talking about like split sheets. You talk about like artists getting their royalties, because I also had some links with some Kenyan vibe, and then did 1 or 2 collaborations. You get what I mean? So if I should look at it from that perspective, where we are always complaining about artists not getting royalties, artists are not getting their split shit done well and all of that, I think these people, even though they are small, they've been able to get these systems in place, which would at long run help artists from that side.
I see. So are you saying that in Ghana, what we are doing in our music industry, after your experience from Uganda, you would advise or you would wish that we do more of our local language in our dancehall and reggae songs?
I always say this though, if it's dancehall, it doesn't necessarily have to be Patois, because some of us don't really speak Patois. We do more English, but then it sounds like Patois because of the direction that we, or the drive that we put in the song. Yes, I'll say that because you listen to a song like Oba Benonam Kwanzube, you get me? It's dancehall, but still had the African vibe in there. Actually taking our local vibe to the international world. Big up Sammy any day, anytime, anywhere. Because we can celebrate him for doing that. Like, even though he had Nyabingi in there, a Jamaican will listen to you and go like, yo, what is this youth saying? Because now it sounds like them, but then they would understand because it's our local dialect. And that way, people would even find out, where is this guy coming from? And oh, he's from West Africa. Oh, nice, that's cool. You get me? So, yeah, it's nice if we do dancehall. But then I think if we're able to tone it down for our people to understand, that way our people will get to celebrate us more. And now, even the problem surface, the Patois self, most of us they speak for yourself. Don't be correct when we go to Jamaica. You get me? So
I don't know why you nodding.
It be like Chinese way they speak.
Just a few people speak the real Patois here. Take me out, just a few.
What do you wait, Epixode. Let's get that one right. You're saying that Patois most of you guys are speaking, it's not the real Patois. Is it in the music composition or in real life conversation? Because I know when it comes to music composition permits you to corrupt some languages.
Yes, both sides. It's funny when I hear you say them are pre, I saw them sell out. Right now, they even brand them too. Somebody say sell out.
that be a person who sell out.
You give our and you know, like it sounds cliche in a way, because now Jamaican music, or I would say that dance or reggae, grew from the point of view where people put what was really going on in Jamaica in their music. So you have them talk about gun, talk about drive-by and all of that. These are like things that happen day to day in their lives. People dying and all of that. So when I hear like a Ghanaian artist saying, when me boss me gun, and it, boss you don't get gun. So but if I say macho that one it's normal.
That one means what? What do you mean of macho? I go stone you. Oh, okay.
You get me? Yeah. So it sounds a bit cliche, and that is one of the side that I think we, the young artists from this side, need to correct, because we listen to too much alkaline, listen to too much popcorn, and then the youth tend to put all these lyrics, copy them, put it in our music, and then our people also jump to it and all of that. But when we go outside, and then you're able to interact with one or two Jamaican artists, then you know that, yo, like, what did they do also? You get me? Because I haven't really grown in this, but then I've been able to meet one or two artists, played around Africa with one or two Jamaican artists. And anytime I meet them, I make sure say I speak Pidgin or English. Because it's just like, to me, it sounds like a Chinese trying to speak Chi or Ga. You might think it's right, but then to the person, it sounds like it's a bit funny.
His name is Epixode, Sounds of Epixode. Continue with our chat after Koto Nasori. So were you known there, or you got introduced when you went there?
Yeah, I got introduced. I had one or two DJ friends there, and the label I work with, like Japuta, and actually they have an artist there. So before I got there, Koto was doing good in one or two playlists, because they have like regular DJ mix and playlist and all of that, and then they do like the dancehall DJs clash and all of that. So Koto was quite good there. But going there, like I took the opportunity to myself to like, yo, make the people understand that we not can play. So I was everywhere. You get me? And then it's been great. Like since I came back, the feedback is crazy. I have to go back in like next month.
But did they also know Ghana music that much? Did they know some artists?
It's sad. It's sad. Sarkodie, let's big Sarkodie up. He's done so well. But even that one said 80% of the people who mention Sarkodie name think it's from Nigeria. So I have to correct that.
They knew the brand Sarkodie, but they were not so sure he comes from Ghana.
Exactly. But then the biggest song I heard from like any club I go, you'll be amazed, is Should I sing it?
Oh, yeah, sing it. We all want to know. We all want to know. This is very important.
Midi be boom, boom, boom. Midi be boom. Magnum is big.
Magnum.
Trust me. Even as a song with Sarkodie, which I've not heard. I have not heard, but then they play it and everybody jumps to it, and you have it in like regular DJs playlist and all like that, and it's crazy. You get me? So I think we as West African artists need to look at those markets, look at the eastern side more, like different parts of Africa. Challenge, we not explore all the London, the America, and things. It be too much. Every artist we leave Ghana, don't go play for London club, or go play for American Ghanaian society and all of that. But I think it's rather if we're able to work with these artists, because these artists are always like, you would have young artists from Uganda on Coca-Cola studio and all of that, and we don't have these opportunities. Even if they are there, they are not given to young and upcoming artists. You get what I mean? So these artists get to explore more, learn more and all of that. When I was coming, I was hearing Fim, amazing rapper, amazing talent. You get what I mean? And then just like he was saying, it's feeling. Some people say it's frustration. It's inspiration, because the youth has to go through some of these things to build a stronger wing to fly. You get what I mean? And most of these things, artists go through these things when they become big, and these people who cause all these things come back and need favors, and when you don't give them back those favors, it looks like okay, so this boy don't respect, and oh, he ain't my boy. But when the youth was going through all, Fim produces his own song. You get what I mean? So imagine 8 years or something going through this drill every day. I do go up and down, flights, then I do go safe like the flight to go do something. You see, you come back, go do all these things, build all this link, sleepless night, work, and then somebody somewhere will just sit down and predict that, yo, this boy, I'm not gonna make you go through this. That's why I've actually channeled the energy through the different sides. So yeah, it's good. Let's artists from this side should also look at collaborating with different artists from that side. You have artists who are big, like the way we think Sarkodie is big here. You have artists there who are super big. Cindy is one of the biggest artists there. You have I was so privileged to meet Eddie Kenzo. I played with him one of the nights. It was crazy. You get what I mean? Baby Cool and all. Yo, amazing talents. Harmonize from Tanzania, Diamond. Yo, Charlie.
Let's do it more. Let's talk about the fact that in our VGMs, or better still in our music award schemes, anytime they are talking about the African category, you realize that it's still mostly West Africa, especially in Nigeria, and maybe sometimes one or two from South Africa. Are they also aware we have something like that going on here?
No. I think the focus, because okay, before I got there, and then I got one or two interviews that I had to mention to them. Okay, so Wale is big there. Stonebwoy, okay, not really big.
They know them.
They know Stonebwoy.
Those who follow music know
exactly
them.
know them. I got interviewed by one of the guys, and then I was mentioning to him, okay, so because he didn't really want to grant the interview first, because he thought I was like, okay, a newbie in this. So we had to go back and forth to get the interview. Now he started watching my videos, because they play major videos like than audio. Even in radio stations they play video, so they stream it live. Now he was looking at me, like, is that you? I was like, okay, cool. Then he started reading my profile and all of that, my bio, and then he got to know, okay, so he's even been nominated with Shatawale, Stonebwoy and all of that. Before he came to realize, so this youth is actually big. So it means that we artists from this side are always looking at one particular direction and spreading the message across there. So I don't really think they know. They know. I don't think they know about.
But they hardly also come to this side of the continent to do promotion. Unlike our Nigerian brothers who spend months here to do promotion.
No, they are even there. Nigerians.
They are even in Uganda.
My friend Ketchup, he has been in Uganda for like 6 months.
So why are they not also bringing their music here?
I think with them, just like we focus in the West, they also look at a certain kind of neighboring countries and spread the message. Just like you would have Ugandan artists going to Kenya, back and forth, Tanzania, and all of that. But I think the reason why I'm speaking for us is we have a universal language more because we do more English. You get what I mean? So it will be much better to spread across because they play like Afrobeat. Afrobeat is big on that side, but they play majority 80% like Nigerian music. You get what I mean? And then you hear a Ghanaian song be like a feature. You get me? So I think I'm not fighting for them. Whether they can hear or we know we not care. But we for go there and go invade them land and then tap from that side.
I see. Now, for an artist going out to do promotions and one or two organizations, what do you think about awards and nominations for your brand? So, for instance, you said before the guy interviewed you, he googled about you and he realized that you have been nominated alongside Shatta Wale, Stonebwoy Sammy. What does it mean? So, does it mean if you are not an artist, if you are an artist and you've not been nominated, you've not won some awards, it's not even good for an international look?
No. I'm not saying that. Every artist has got a direction. Every artist have got a kind of picture he wants to paint. I'm just saying it adds up to the thing. It adds up to your portfolio and your profile. Now, make I even make this thing clear. It be like these opportunities I will take fire. Because up till now, I haven't gotten my short code for the vote for VGM. And I've contacted some people in there and up till now, and it's quite sad that you release short code for some artists and then you don't release for a couple of artists who are nominated in the same award scheme.
You mean in the dancehall and reggae category that Epixode was nominated, Epixode has not received his short code for voting?
At work with the short code date of up till now I don't receive them.
But have you called them? Have you called them?
I have even sent somebody there. You get me? But yeah, book will go back.
No, that's important. You need to get it because others are buying Vodafone credits for their fans to vote.
Also, we try.
Or can it be that at the time the nominations came out because you were out of Ghana?
No, but then I still saw the nomination. So if you're able to release artwork for some artists, post it on your platform, then I think it's quite fair that you do for the rest of the artists, whether the artist is big like artist A or B. You get what I mean? Because it is an award scheme, and if you've made it clear that people should vote using this code or using this method, then I think everybody has to get a fair share. You get me? So yeah, big up VGM in the same way. Back to the
okay.
Yeah. So just what was
we were talking about awards and nominations for any artist who would want to go out to do promotion.
I think it's good. We all know, like if you win Artist of the Year, it's good market for you. It boosts your pay increase. It opens you up to different doors, different avenues and all of that. So I think with that, nominations and award are good. It helps the artist, it motivates the artist more to push further. You get what I mean? And if you're nominated out of like plenty people and even not winning the award, I think you're already a winner, and then it should tell you that you're staying relevant or your work is you get what I mean? Under the year of review, then you've done something better. So yeah, I think it adds up to it. It's part of it.
Now let's talk about 2018 and your nomination this year. Of course, some people were asking, what was Epixode's big song? What were some of the activities he was involved in to have gotten that nomination? Can you prove them wrong?
First and foremost, I wasn't nominated for a song. I was nominated for Dancehall Artist of the Year. And under the year of review, I released an album, which wasn't nominated, but then any dancehall show we play for here, we play out. And I think if dancehall is mentioned, you can't take it out that last year I was still pushing Ghana to the world. I was helping push Ghana. I wasn't the only person who's spreading the Ghanaian dancehall vibe across the world. But then we've been able to push that agenda. So yeah, I think it's fair. It's fair that we are there. It's fair that people don't understand that we weren't doing high life or anything. We're still representing for the journal. As much as we were doing one or two vibes, we were still making people understand that yeah, this is reggae dancehall from Ghana.
What are your chances like? What will be the percentage of your chances
in winning that one? we give thanks. If they give, we go take out. If they don't give, we still the work. Just like I said, I think all my brothers in there and then my sister in there, they've worked so much under the year of review. So anybody there deserves it. You get me? I don't know the scheme they're using to choose. I know it has a percentage, like with the voting and then the board and then the academy and all of that. So if they put it together and they feel like this particular artist deserves it, fine.
See, I think somewhere Wednesday around 10 a.m. You put out a post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll read exactly what you put there, and you would explain it to us. You said, "I decided to keep cool on this. I decided to let it slide. I respect Badman Tiny for his keep. That is for his keep. His short-haired dread always on point for close to a decade. That is branding. One Love made us fall in love with his fashion style and barefoot. That is branding. R.I.P. to Terry Bonchaka, one of the unique brands with an identity. I'm not the first to start painting my face. Maybe the legendary Fela Kuti official lives on. But here in Ghana, I took it upon myself to define my brand with face painting. Wish you guys know what it takes to maintain a specific brand. So I won't sit for a newbie to come take away what is mine. All of a sudden, artists start painting face like body. Lord God, as he they do, no one they talk. Oh, but when I start fire them go, say dance or artists love beef. Yes, Camino no vegetarian. Warn him to stop paint his face. Yo, who are you talking to?
Okay, so I won't ask you. Apart from Epixode, who the paint face?
In fact, I don't know yet.
Oh, you don't know?
I've only seen one. Is it Yaka something?
Who?
Ayat.
Okay, nice.
Something. I don't know that person much.
No disrespect to Ayat. I think he's an amazing artist. He's not really my friend, but then as an artist, and he's more of like a colleague in this industry. We do two different journeys. You get what I mean? Same way we're pushing the Ghana agenda, but you can be a witness to this, that over the years you've even had artists shooting videos with face painting and all of that. That is not what I meant. I meant me taking it upon myself that anywhere, any place I show up, this is the kind of look. And if I will ask you who like Brasami, you'll be a witness to this. Okay, so if you talk about who they paint the face for Ghana, be who? You know, we started the trend. Maybe he was doing it 1 or 2 times in his videos or whatever. But as far as I know, I made it clear to Ghana that yo, this is who Epixode is, or this is what I want to use to define my brand. So if another artist starts doing it, you get what I mean? And I've had people like even at the VGMA launch, I wasn't here. And the Few Music Awards, I wasn't here, but I was getting 1 or 2, even with this photo shoots and all of that. People saying me, Charlie, why this boy they do like why? But I always decided to keep it cool, thinking that he was just doing it 1 or 2 times, maybe in his videos and all of that, because that is Africa. Like you would have even Yemi and the rest of the artists do it, like everywhere, even models and then video vixens. But then if you decide that now that is what you want to use, your album covers and your like yo, can't do that. You get what I mean?
Why do you think because you in quotes started painting your face, no one else can do it? Why are you thinking like that?
I'm not saying no one else can do it, but now what I'm saying is have a style. When I started doing, he was actually, I saw one of like a few pictures, he was actually using like thick inks and all of that. Now I brought this thing, started with a dots and defined it, and then now I see new pictures with dots and then widths similar to what I do. I'm not saying you know, be me create as I paint or what. If your body, you go feed do if your body arts, you get what I mean. But then if I happen to define mine, put a style to it, and then now people fall in love with it, and all of a sudden now you take it upon yourself to just do up. I think it's not good. It's not good. And I wasn't really attacking him. I've just been laid back to watch all these things because for some time now I won't keep on the low small. You get what I mean? But it's becoming too much. No disrespect to him. I think he's an amazing artist.
But interestingly, when you put out that post, though you never mentioned him, everyone knew you were talking to him, and they started maybe putting out different opinions.
You know why? Because I think last December, YFM put up a post. I think he was doing his concert, and then that was where the whole thing started. He had this face painting. Then they put up Episode's picture in the night. Then he started asking people. You get what I mean? So that was even that part was where I realized that okay, so this guy is actually starting to do this like on a regular. Because when you check we can check from when he decided to do it. His pictures didn't have face painting, like regular pictures. Even show up for an interview, didn't have face painting. He was doing it for maybe 1 or 2 times, or in his videos and all like that, 1 or 2. But then if you decide now, okay, so from now this is what I want to do, then that's what the problem is. You get what I mean? No disrespect. You know, if you tell next artist they make you know where rebounds because Sarkodie was no. But then when you decide to get that
dot thing,
you get that the beard and then that hair, and then you always try pose like it'll be cool. Maybe,
so you think that he is now trying to imitate your style?
He's trying to incorporate what episode made clear to the world, that we can also make this possible. Because when I started this, I remember when I came here, you asked me.
Yeah, I remember.
That,
why
so,
this new?
So if you go sleep or you go wash your face and all of that, you get what I mean? Maybe he was trying to do it, and then he thought it was not possible to do it everywhere. Because now I do it myself. I can just wipe this and then get the next one done in like 5 seconds. So maybe he feels like, okay, so now it's easy for me to do it. No disrespect to him. He can
have they come attacking you? Maybe their team or your team trying to approach them to discuss this?
No. We're not friends. We are colleagues. Even the post I post on what I did, I post on Twitter first. I was like, yo bro, big up yourself. I like your vibe and all of that. But then I be like the face painting, then you won't look like Badio. That was what I posted.
You mentioned him?
Yeah, I mentioned.
And did he reply?
No, he didn't. But then different people started saying stuff and all of that. And that's why I had to make it clear that he might be doing it not on a regular. So if I come in and then make it make people aware that okay, so this is what I want to do, then all of a sudden you start doing it on a regular, then I have a problem with you.
See, but are you Avatar?
We always change color.
Is Jagger Fest happening?
Definitely it is. People should get it straight. It is. It's happening.
After we heard of the exit of Sizzla,
yeah, myself, I heard it this morning. Yeah, it's quite sad, but then we will make it happen. We definitely. Yo, you've got so many in there. You've got Natal already in the country. Yo, the lineup is crazy.
Okay.
Sammy Flex don't go play like 4 hours.
I know. So you started preparing for that?
Yeah, I've started rehearsal with my band. We're playing tomorrow. I know setup has already started. Big up Elobini and the whole team. It's crazy. I know it's hard that at this latter stage we've lost the headline artist. But yeah, we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make history. Trust me.
Do you also have another gig at the West Hills Mall?
Yeah. Our team, big up yourself. So yeah, West Hills Mall. So we're playing West Hills Mall before we play Jagger Fest. You get what I mean? So I know they are adoring a new artist from that side. Create exactly. So yeah, come in, Kaswa for Mumbai. You know now. And when we play live, you know how we do.
I know. More energy. More energy. Let me read some 1 or 2 tweets before we listen to the new song. Episode is about to bless us with. Kennedy Love Coffee, the Macho Man says, episode simply means good music. Champ. Dope artist there, I know about that. Now dclarkjenny.com says, I think episode music is underrated in Ghana. This man is the real definition of dancehall music. May God bless his hustles. He will explode soon. Okay, today Agbelemi. Okay, so I'm sure you've gotten the experience from Uganda. So now you're doing everything the local way.
Easy because we won't win Grammy. Easy, we won't win Grammy. And as I talk about this, let me go back to this face painting thing. No disrespect to the artists, people should understand. If 2 artists from Ghana have to represent Ghana on that stage and it happens to be me and Ayat, what will be the difference? You get what I mean? So I think that it's the fans are a bit, they confuse the fans more.
The fans are divided on
because
that.
they see him and they go like, oh, I see you. This guy do like you. Or somebody too might see me and think it's him. So he can do his face painting on a different style, maybe use a different way. Could use black ink. That way people will know that okay, so this is Ayat. But if you do, I'm like that. So yeah, big up Ayat. I love his job. You get me? Let's link up and do something. So see, that goes see two face paint.
Oh my goodness. Hey Spider, good morning. I see you. Spider is telling me that Sammy, tell the people we have some events in Tema. Okay, so Spider, you were not listening. I mentioned it earlier.
Spider.
I couldn't even get the name right. This is some fire song, something new coming from Epixode Agbelemi. Come through. Let's try to summarize the story of Epixode from Uganda to the face painting to the concert and now to Agbelemi.
Music travels, right? Music, they travel. I remember I was in Cote d'Ivoire, Benin, and some other francophone countries last year. And one song that was big in that country, like especially in Benin, was Bisakede's Brother Brother. There was a problem in the Benin clubs. Ghana music, they travel. In Cote d'Ivoire, Miss V is well known. Her videos are on rotation, like on TV every time. When I music, they travel. I remember back then in 2013 or something with Guru as well. You know, La Paz Twitter also traveled out of the country. Ghana music travels. Our artists, unfortunately, we don't have the support system. And I don't mean the industry, I mean artists, management, record label and all that, to push us to be able to go out there and tap into those markets. In 2014, I met Buffalo Soldier in SA. And we had a long talk and he said, listen, one of the artists I really respect is Samini. Quickly I called Samini on the phone, you can ask him. I called him from SA, I said, yo, link up Buffalo Soldier, do something now. And then they made it happen. They were so happy together, they had a long talk. Listen, there are markets. We need to tap into those markets. I'm happy that Epixode is pushing that agenda, is trying to bridge the gap between Ghana and the eastern side. I was telling a friend that the reason why probably some Eastern artists don't come to Ghana, when you talk to them, is because of our culture. We don't accept certain kind of music as Ghanaians. We only go with the hype songs. An artist like Diamond, way back in 2012, no 10, when I met Rough and Smooth, they had told me, I remember Bullet was telling me about Diamond and the fact that Diamond is one of the biggest artists in Africa. And I say, no, maybe big Ghana no one. I say, Ghanaians, they be some way. There are a lot of artists. He mentioned Eddie. Eddie Kanzo is one of the biggest artists in East Africa. Trust me. There are so many names in East Africa that when it's mentioned in Ghana and the kind of music they do, you if you're not a passionate music person, you will not even relate to it. You will not even like it. So it's hard for them to come here. Unlike our brothers in Nigeria, it's PG. And they are using our Odo and Wache and Ghana girls here too. So Ghanaians feel say that one they can relate to it. So to answer that part for Epixode is because the Eastern African artists, they say that their language, they don't do music in other language. If you go to they speak and write their language. And their language comes first before your English or your patois or things they come second, third. That I have experienced. Even in Benin, the French language, the PG French, right, is first. Then the deep French is second, because then they're able to relate to each other and talk more. So if they bring that kind of music here, kind of form and then move forward. They would love to come, but even in SA, how many SA artists come to Ghana to do promo? Because when this guy was here, what's his name? Nasty C, and he performed at the Ghana Music Awards, right? We saw the response. We got some of the songs were closer to the Afrobeat view. That's I like the way in particular. It's not how Ghanaians jumped, but the rest of the songs that he performed, everybody seated and was looking at him. And now move forward. Our culture has to change. We have to grow as a music country. We have to be able to accept different music and different genres and different languages. Recently, Sakwa they posted a white girl singing his music, and the girl sang even the gown part properly even than the tree, right? I'm sure the girl doesn't even know what she's saying, but music has no language. We also have to accept that culture. Now moving on to the brand painting, right? We as Nanaya's team, we face the same thing. When Nanaya started doing music in 2000, like officially in 2015, she was seen wearing cowries and wearing the African print, and I had industry people call me and say a lot of painful stuff about that. Some said, "Oh, and you'd say to a one chair, you know," and this and
what
that.
Is one chair? What is one chair?
And listen, she kept and she said, "Listen, Nanaya, I will not stop wearing cowries. Cowries has been part of our history as Ghana. It was once our money, and it doesn't represent fetish or whatever they think. If you think like that, then it's your problem." Listen, 2 years down the line, after she fought the fight, I'm not saying Nanaya was the first Ghanaian artist to wear cowries. I'm saying that in current time, when she came in 2015, she was the only artist seen wearing cowries everywhere she goes, in her hair, in her costume, everything. 2 years down the line, so many female artists began wearing cowries.
Including who?
Oh, me I go mention it. Maybe Martin don't like mentioning it.
No, what I mean, including who?
Listen, you can check Efie's photos. Check Sina Soul's photos. Right? So many of them. Check even your current biggest female artists now. If you look at Nanaya's branding from 2015, that's what most of them are doing now. But I had people come to me from corporate side, from industry people saying, "Oh, she not for wear the thing, she for wear airband, she for wear jacket, she for wear wig, she for do that." But now that's the trend. So Epixode, you have to fight. You have to be the Jesus for this thing. Never beat you small, right? Never beat you small, but people will copy, and it's not like copy. It's inspiration though. It's like you are inspiring people to be creative. That's what Nanaya says every time. When she sees people wearing cowries, she said, "Oh God, I'm happy that I was able to inspire people to believe in themselves, to believe in what we have here as Ghanaians." Right? So yeah, I feel you, bro. But this your tune is a bad tune.
Epixode knows my part I stop.
Yes,
I saw that thing going on. Stoneboy knows too. Anyways, I mean, you know I'm for anything that has to do with opening. Yeah, you know.
No, I didn't get that one.
You didn't get anything that has to do with opening, I'm for it. Like opening new opportunities, opening new jobs. Anything that has to
like opening of new radio stations,
anything that
opening of new YouTube channels.
That's it.
Like the YouTube channel, Showbiz Agenda,
straight,
and get everything
straight.
And what again?
I mean, anything open up.
Like opening of bottles,
and even splitting
and that you have to open. I only like to open like YouTube channels.
No, you love to pop.
But if it is a pork and I have to open the lid to eat the pork, that I like it.
Wide and stretch.
Malem or pork.
It's a hit. I mean, hit on arrival. You know, he just has to do some more promotion. I was asking him if he's done the video, and he says the video will be ready soon.
Okay.
You know, top production, typical reggae dancehall, and I like his voice on this one. Like, this is not the usual Epixode voice, like a Uganda kind of voice. Now his exploits. So I mean, it's very key that you push the boundaries, you expand your territory. You know, it's because he's been able to study the market here and has realized that, okay, this is a slow market for me or for my brand. So let me go elsewhere, expand, and bring the glory from that place to come and fit in here. I think it's going to work for him. In his absence, a lot of things happen. He's gone there, he's experienced the industry over there, he's done a lot of links. I'm sure he's done collaborations, or yet to even do some collaborations. He'll play some shows over there. Who knows? You could break through from that side. It is strategy. He says Ghanaians, you know, don't like going out. The same way, when he went to Uganda, he didn't hear a lot of Ghanaian songs. Maybe it's because they also don't open up to new songs or other songs apart from theirs. So it's the way of thinking of a group of people. So your strategy will make you decide whether you want to break into that market or you want to stay in your market. People have stayed here and have become successful. you know, without necessarily have to travel outside. They've been playing Ghana shows, but they are successful. They are making their money. They have a solid brand that people love. People have gone outside, you know, broken through and come down here. You know, a typical example, the guys who used to Quams and Flavors. I mean, they had a big song outside and it became a big song here. Fuse ODG, another example, you know, has a big song outside, comes in. So it depends on your strategy and how well you execute it. The market is there for us all, but you have to prick their conscience. You'd have to be able to hit that spot where they'll react or respond to you. If you can't achieve that, you do everything and still think that nobody wants you or nobody wants your product. You repackage it, study what's happening, go back, steady, come again, go back, steady. One of the, you know, your comebacks will make a hit. So I'm happy it's been out there. So if you are probably also feeling the same way and you think the system is too choked and you can't have your breakthrough, if your product is good enough, look elsewhere. Go and explore, learn, you know, meet others, grant interviews. Some way, somewhere, you can even get investors from outside to invest into your career. It's still the Ghana flag you're raising. Yeah. So it's a good thing he did, and others can follow suit if they feel that style will suit their product. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. And the Epixode is still here with us. He's going to help us to also identify some new talents on a Friday. You know, something we do every Friday morning. We try to identify new talents, and Epixode is going to help us to do that. So, who is coming? Bring them. Put them on the seat, because we will be doing the Belly with pork chief, Charlie. And